date is the 11th of September 2020, and we are live with game number 1 of the Gamefraym EU Cup, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jorisar, and we are over the skies of Miramar for game number 1 of 5 in this evening's games, which will hopefully determine some of the strongest players, not only in Norway, but throughout the European region, as we hop into 5 delightful games of, well, scrims, but actually a little bit on the line as well, because the tournament does matter, and the winners will not go home empty-handed, so people are fighting for a share of a prize pool here, but they've got a lot of people standing in their way. A lot of names, actually, in this lobby that I recognize from some of the EU Pro scrims as well, so it'll be interesting to see where they end up in the final standings. Also, a couple of names of players who have killed me in pub and ranked games in the not too distant past. We try not to talk about that. Oh goodness, all good fun. It looks like Hacienda is going to be contested, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. We've got Mutiny, and it looks like they're now being disengaged, which is rather important. There are only 2 Miramar games, by the way. North 71 are going to move out. They have got someone to their south, and Sanderheim is looking for that knock onto Rallon. Won't get it, though. North 71 do have to move quite quickly. But it looks like that contest is going to be fine. Where else have we got teams in and amongst each other? Kjuta Shak Club, which I really hope I'm pronouncing correctly, but as I understand, this means this effectively means the chess team in Norwegian, which I'm a big fan of, because I play competitive chess myself. So I'm not that good. I've got a FIDE rating of about 1750, 1800, but I organize chess tournaments and I play chess, so I'm going to be rooting on the chess club here. We've got Lillejord, Rubzi, Dykes, and Fon. And they're going to be in and around, while Ventum are nearby. Krez especially is just south of them as well. So if they don't realize that all of Ventum aren't in the same place, they could accidentally start looting further south towards La Bendita, especially Dykes, and suddenly run into him. So he needs to be a little careful about who decides to move through that area of the map. The first circle of the day is going to be southern. South of Chumacera will be the center here, and generally speaking, because of the amount of water this is in, we tend to expect the circle to bounce back up north. If not immediately, then relatively quickly. This sort of area and this kind of hilly area and these compounds here tend to get taken up quite quickly. And because this is phase 1, it'll be interesting to note who ends up going and occupies these places first. The people who get there early, of course, will have position, but won't be looted up half as well. So it's all a little bit of a waiting game for some of these teams. Otherwise, though, 63 players left alive, and at the moment, no one really getting in the way of everyone else. Krez, we were talking about someone potentially rotating into him earlier and causing some issues. Nope, not going to happen anymore. He's just going to rejoin the rest of his team, and they will be just fine. Similarly, San Martin is entirely the gatekeepers now. Sanderheim, if you recall earlier on, was busy harassing North 71 outside Hacienda. But he's rejoined the rest of his squad now, and they've more or less got this area completely to themselves. It is very outside of circle, though. So I'm still waiting to see what the early rotates are going to be. Several teams up north, and we've got the first major rotation here from free kills. That's Slitten, Christos, Bolsty Boy, Blisty Boy, Blasty Boy? I'm going with Blasty Boy. And Angry Babe. I mean, when you... Listen, when your name skips out vowels, okay? I think that means the casters are allowed to insert whatever vowels they want. I feel like that's the rule. It's like, it might be Blasty Boy, but why can't it be Blisty Boy? Why can't Blisty Boy suffer from blisters? Why can't we share their disappointment and therefore sympathize with their need? I don't know. I feel like casters should be allowed to do that, and I'm absolutely going to be laying into them all night long. So don't worry about it. Now, they're relatively undisturbed, but Nick is ahead of them in a truck of his own. And this is Team Node. And Team Node are a little split. There's only one member actually in front. Slitten might run into Nygaard in just a second. He passes by. Yes, Slitten definitely knows he's here. Some very creative driving on the bike, but actually 0 hits on him so far, so I guess it's working out for him. This is basically how I drive my bike. So fair play. Ding! Time extended. And Nygaard gets away. Just about, I should say. The rest of the team are now moving up. But Nick's holding station there as well. Still absolutely no team south of Chumacera, where I thought we would get a lot of teams fighting for this kind of location. Hang on just a second. Ukient Mix. Fighting very, very quickly. They've got Steichen here as well. And Alan Oil have lost 2 members. That's Finotto out very, very quickly indeed. Steichen you guys will recognize from the PUBG scene, no doubt. Getting 1 of those kills. We've still actually got Dino inside the longhouse. Just gonna be peeking through the corridor. Managing to get 2, but he won't get 3. Sty will be able to move in and grab the final knock. Flowy would be able to do something rather spectacular if they were anywhere close to the rest of the team, unfortunately. But with Dino down, I think Flowy and... how am I going to pronounce that? I'm just straight up going to ask chat. Guys, I am not Norwegian. How do I pronounce this? This is a lot of letters. Njivla? Oh, God. It's not often I come on camera and just confess that I'm not sure how to pronounce something, but this is one of those times, ladies and gentlemen. I realize we're on an 8-minute delay, so you're going to have to tell me later on. But how do I pronounce the name of this member of Alan Oil? I think I've done okay so far in this broadcast, but this one has me stumped, and I definitely need your help. Swedish pasta and meatball. Oh my God, I would love some Swedish meatballs. And you know what? Everyone laughs at Swedish meatballs being, oh yeah, that's the IKEA stuff. I bet, like, it's just so much nicer when you go out to a decent cafe or something. I really want to try that stuff one day. Oh, I would love it, love it, love it. You guys are making me hungry already. Ay, ay, ay. Right, so Alan Oil down to 2 members, unfortunately, but we are now starting to see those squads move into the position south of Chumacera. Bitfix Gaming are moving south, but are unfortunately effectively getting gate kept by free kills. Really difficult for them to move down south beyond La Girera, unless they want a little bit of a fight. I think Fluffy Bunny and Co. have probably got the advantage of a crate nearby. Has no one picked this up yet? Oh my! That was Kim Rogers and Lothar. Gappy Slappy is going to be right behind him. And a lot of speculative shots, but unless we get an absolute nail of a headshot, I think they're in the clear. Zone 2. Ooh, ouch, that's gonna hurt. Still encompassing Los Higos and a reasonable amount of water. We might actually get a decent number of squads camping out Los Higos here. Shoei from Kim Rogers is going to be the first to move on to the prison island. I like this, because if you basically manage to grab Los Higos, you can just swim across here if you need to. But I think this compound here is going to be lovely, and Lothar and Gappy Slappy are going straight for it. If I were them, I would hold this compound. I wouldn't swim across. I would cover both eventualities, and I would ask the rest of my squad to please cover this here. So let's see if that ends up happening. PW lose a member early on as well. The Framecoin farmers have taken one out. It looks like it was just an isolated scout, so just one team member. And a lot of people on the edge. Really just gatekeeping at this point. Blasty Boy gets cheesy from BFG. We'll have a vehicle to escape in as well, so that's a nice easy point for free kills. But once you're on the edge here, you're gonna look fine now, but when you have to move to this sort of area, for example, I think the position becomes a lot harder to play. I feel like an earlier, easy position to play might actually bite some of these teams later. I love this split. It's only showy on Los Higos, which I'm a little bit worried about. I'd prefer this being a 2-2. This is going to get interesting with 1 IQ and Sotra Ninja. Although it looks like they're actually just staying on the small island rather than going towards Los Higos. That could actually be a little bit of a help there. Holter has been taken down. I'm not quite sure by who. Frederica should be able to get him up, though. That's fine. Circle 2 are now moving down. North 71, taking a very late rotate. And, ooh, through Valladolid and across the bridge go BFG. So Bitfix might be the ones to give Shoei a bit of a headache here. Shoei's just in the docks area, basically saying this area is completely clear, but it's not going to be soon. I want to know what the action's going to be. Yes, there was an 8x there. No, he didn't pick it up. The question is, at what point do you hear BFG coming in? "30 seconds until phase 2. Moves in completely. And there we go. At least 2 vehicles. Here's one. Shots fired, trying to persuade them to not stop. Successfully does that. Shoei single-handedly preventing them being there. And oh my god, Mutiny. Getting into a right scrap with BNT. Krez is in trouble from Ventum. Mutiny being very aggressive here. It's going to pay off. Krez almost doesn't know what direction to look. And wow, Ventum getting absolutely rolled over by Mutiny. Was very, very aggressive. High risk, high reward strategy, but they managed to get 4 kills at the end of it. And Zubila will be able to take 3 out of 4. So good points for them. Not sure they want to do that every single time, though. You're not going to be able to win, say, 10 fights in a row doing it like that. Very aggressive. Now they find themselves properly on the edge. People rolling up silently on the beach. This is Chess Club. Very close to Mutiny right now. They have been spotted by someone else. Granuia is the person who's closest. He actually gets spotted as well. That's from TW Nation and Play Well. Granuia gets shot. No way he's surviving that. Play Well pick up that point. They're down to a 3-person squad after Adel went down very early on. They're a bit more central, but they're going to have to move as well. Still, both sides of the island and the harbor in phase 3. This circle really teasing a lot of our players right now. And this was the problem, unfortunately, with that situation earlier. Free kill are now struggling against uncut jewelry. Phi 6 and Ling Zhuang effectively camping out Christos. Needs a plan. There's a Venga bus there. Is he going to take that? He might have to. I don't see choices. Here we go. Oh, and that is 2 headshots by Phi 6. That's going to be it. And Uncut Jewelry will be able to take those kills. That's the problem with staying on edge too long. Alan Oil also struggling now. Mutiny having a hard time getting in. 2 members are down, and that's because, wow, Uther Oi with no front tires. And I think 1.5 damage per tick. Oh, that's not going to be fun for Mutiny. I don't really think there's a realistic chance of them coming back. Flowy might be able to get their teammate back up. Oh, and Showy from Kim Rogers in Los Higos. Finally getting boarded by 1 IQ. Glans Big Dot eliminated in 15th place. That's one more squad, and that's going to be up here. That's, oh, Tricor and Mutiny also out. Here comes Samu. Playwell looking to build on their earlier momentum. They've got 3 points in the bag at the moment. Frags and smokes coming out. We've got a stun or two as well. That might actually stop Sunny in his tracks. It does. People in chat saying, how do you pronounce this? You don't. Okay, yep, I can get behind that. Lol. I hear ya. I hear ya. Okay. We're moving away from water and back onto the mainland here. Showy is going to have to rejoin the rest of the team, but the three are doing very, very well here for Kim Rogers. They got this position early. And they've done phenomenally well to keep it so far, but they now find themselves on the southern edge. 4 different teams on the edge here, and Flowy, the last surviving member of Allen Oil, in a very, very smoking Murado, is going to scope people out, but he needs some bullets in that magazine. There we go. Sees a member of Playwell. Not long enough to get any shots out, though. Oh, he must see him. Yes, he does! That's big! That is big. There goes the chess club, ladies and gentlemen, and Flowy will go ahead and grab those 2 points. That's very, very needed for Allen Oil right now because, unfortunately, 3 people going towards him. Well, at least he picked up 2 extra points. Playwell heard the shots. She'll be coming round the mountain when she comes. And thank you very much. Good as you like. That is it. Showy's rejoined the rest of the team. Kim Rogers doing very well to snipe, but not quite getting that bike at the moment. Both players down to about half health, but that's all they're going to be able to get. Symphonize will live to fight another day. The Gatekeeper's now pushing up onto UJ. Hong's up top. Remember, Uncut Jewelry were gatekeeping this road earlier, so they've moved closer to center of circle. But they're quite split right now. All 4 of them are alive. But they're not in super close proximity to each other. 5-6, for example, is still all the way out here. And look at Rudy on the edge. They're playing a series of 1v1s, effectively. Party Beetle, good to see you in chat. How are you doing? Miss watching your plays, man. I would say come carry me sometime, but I'm pretty sure I'm well down the rankings. You can find a Smurf account, maybe. And interestingly, the Gatekeepers aren't pushing up on them. I thought they might, actually, especially with the sniper bullets coming out from on top there, but they're choosing to stay quiet so far. Kim Rogers are moving outside of their compound. And this is going to be interesting because Samu and co from Playwell, they've had a bit of a tendency to listen for shots and then go marching, haven't they? They go wherever the circle takes them, but more importantly, wherever they hear people. Oh, Samu, I swear, just saw Sunny. Yeah, he did. He'll be radioing that to his team now, saying, actually, forget about that team down south. There's someone right here. Absolutely the correct thing to do. Meanwhile, on the southwest of the circle, we've got 3 different teams here. We've got Node, we've got 1 IQ, and we've got North 71. All effectively converging on each other. Big part of that is going to be Nirax. Oh, and before Nirax can backstab, he backstabs somebody else. North 71 comes in with that, but they're going to be alerting now the other team, 1 IQ, to the fact that they are here. Phase 5, more or less donutting on the mainland. Nothing too much to write home about, to be perfectly honest. Although, the gatekeepers are moving up. C1. They C2. Gets shots, but actually no downs at the moment. Here comes Ling Zhuang. Lots of flashbangs moving out while the gatekeepers swivel themselves around. It's effectively just versus 2 right now. Oh. Oh, they know that someone's right there. This is not good for them. And Hong makes his presence known just a little bit too much. Snooski gets him. Visik trying to help from range. Manages to do something, because Visik manages to get the down on Afi. I'm going to go with Afi. And Ling Zhuang gets the finish. Stalemate between the gatekeepers right now. And UJ. Visik coming in clutch there, but Uncut Jewelry have a lot of work left to do. Here comes the smoke wall. What can they do with it? All of the teams over here, dead. That's 1 IQ eliminated. We're into our top 7. Nodes managed to get a compound. At least they've got the cover. Down to 2, though. Nygaard and Nick, the only players up on their feet. They'll have the protection, but for how long? Here comes the next circle. Let's take a look. And it's a donut. Okay, so they will have to move out. No compounds in the next circle, unless you count this little shack. Samu and Sunny are playing the little game of cat and mouse. Samu with the golden gun here. It's like a game of GoldenEye, this. Dun 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 dun. Sunny managing to do a reasonable job so far. How many kills has Sunny actually got? Let's take a look. Sunny's got 3 kills in total. The Framecoin farmers are down to 6 kills with 1 player left standing. Oh, and Samu spots him straight away. That was a ridiculously good flashbang, actually. Great anticipation. He's moving over to the left side. Sunny knows this. Anticipates. And Samu is being third-partied from elsewhere. It's the classic third-party from elsewhere that allows Sunny to do this, but Samu's on his left. He's got no idea where Samu is. Samu is just playing very, very sneaky rat style. It's gonna pay off. That's play well, taking out the Framecoin farmers. Samu and Co move up to 5 kills. Nodes in the compound needed to find a way out. They couldn't. I think Smashy from Kim Rogers had a big, big part to say in that. They're going to be able to move in. Samu doesn't want to give them any trouble. I have to say, Kim Rogers doing a good job so far. We haven't talked much about North 71, though. They haven't been on screen much, but it would also be unfair to say they're having a quiet game. They've got 6 kills. Just been unlucky with which fights I've been observing. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this for a while. 5-6 is the closest player to them, but I think he's just lying low, wanting to keep a low profile. Don't really need to engage these guys right now. You can see he's right there in a ditch. It's going to prove very difficult for him indeed. Ralon gets down from afar. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Samu! That is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. We're now into our top 4. Play well eliminated by Kim Rogers. Good flanking maneuvers there. We've got a 2v1 up top. The gatekeepers looking for Ling Zhuang from Uncut Jewel. 5-6 gets one onto flying. Ling Zhuang goes down as well. 5-6 looking for his second. Can he find Sensei over the top? 4 kills personally so far. How much can he do? That's a great flash! And Sensei spots him. That's Uncut Jewelry eliminated. And I have to say, from a circle point of view for Phase 7, North 71 are looking absolutely delightful. It's a 3v3v3. We've got Kim Rogers We've got the Gatekeepers and we've got North 71. Fighting for the victory. The chicken dinner here in game number 1 on Miramar. You're going to see 5 games today, ladies and gentlemen. This is just game number 1. Plenty of action left to go. But a big kill chicken dinner is on the cards, potentially, for one of these teams in the perfect way to start their day. Snooski was spotted, but it's actually Kim Rogers. It's going to be a subject of ire for Sensei right now. Shoei and Sensei trading headshots, and it's Avemil who's going to come in and say thank you very much for the leftovers. The Gatekeeper's trying to third-party this, and it's not going very well to them. Avemil is safe, but is going to have to crawl down to Snooski Dooski or Sander Helm. Shoei, a little bit more of a difficult position. These teams are both on the edge right now, so, wow. Actually hitting him with the smoke grenade. I mean, that's fair enough. Not a lot of time before this closes, so they need to think of a way back down. I think Kim Rogers is going to suddenly find themselves a little bit more struggling, unfortunately. North 71 have the angles on most people. Yes, they've got the low ground, but they also know that the remaining 2 teams are in close proximity to each other. They can sit back and pick off the leftovers. Although they really need helmets and vests left for that. Sensei getting very low on both. Shoei goes down. Smashy follows. Kim Rogers not having the most fun with positioning right now. And everyone jumps down because nobody has a choice. We're looking for that last player, but they won't find him there. It's actually Gappy Slappy, who's to their south. Here comes 2 players up the top. No, he's actually going to go for Sandheim first, and that means that these guys know exactly where he is. Snooski's going to get the kill. Now it's the Gatekeepers versus North 71. The Gatekeepers have 1 up. Sanderheim should be resable if you do the insta-res. And I like the fact that he's not using smoke here as well. You don't want the enemy to instantly know that you're resing. Love that. Sensei is going to know he's a little bit not close enough to go for a push off the back of the knock. Also, to be fair, North 71 have the circle in phase 8 as well. So, arguably a little bit of luck there, but they're playing it to their advantage. They also had the low ground, remember? So strictly speaking, the Gatekeepers have a little bit of an advantage in terms of height. But you still have to hit those shots, and Rallon is absolutely on rails right now. That's Avemil down. I'm not sure Sandheim is going to be able to get this res off, and he isn't. Staying out in the blue, denying the point, but North 71 are going to have a 10-kill chicken dinner. That much they cannot deny. An excellent start to the evening for North 71, who win game number 1 of 5 in tonight's Gamefraym EU Cup. Congratulations to all.